Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Good morning, American. It's Friday.
Oh. Great to have you with us.
We got there.
We did. Love it. Friday's here. The weekend is upon us. We got the fabulous thing last night to talk about. But first, a huge follow-up on a story from 1981.
How's it big?
Man. They finally found the missing baby Holly. Well, that's what they claim. Then they trot out a 42-year-old woman.
What?
It's not a baby. What are you talking about?
I don't even care.
Oh, you lying sacks. You get me all excited. The baby Holly has been found after 41 years. You get this woman who's 42 years old.
Wow. Anticlimactic.
What are you trying to pull?
Liars.
What are you trying to pull here? Baby Holly, my rectum.
Rectum.
Darn near killed him.
Wow. Yeah, so that's false advertising.
It is.
They didn't find baby
They didn't
Holly.
find baby Holly anything.
Some middle-aged Holly.
Grandma Holly, yeah. Well,
This is sad, though, because in 1981, her parents were murdered. She was taken. The bodies of two people were found slain in a wooded area in Houston, 1981. That's before I lived there. So I can't be
You're not a
one of the
suspect.
suspects.
Okay, we got it.
because you
I
don't
got
live
a
someplace
full
means you're
alibi.
not a suspect.
I was in Montana at the time, okay? But their identities were unknown until last year when genetic research finally determined that they were Tina Gail Lynn Klaus and Harold Dean Klaus Jr. The couple's young daughter, however, was not found near her parents' remains. The Lynn and Klaus families have been searching for answers concerning the welfare of their daughter, Holly, since they were last heard from in 1980. Baby Holly has been located alive and well and is now 42 years old. So she's not a baby. I got to tell you, this is not a baby.
I mean, did she get an SUV or an RV and travel around the country, or what was she doing?
That's a good question. Holly has been notified of the identities of her biological parents, blah, blah, blah. Texas prosecutors revealed that Holly was eventually dropped off at a church in Arizona by two barefoot women in white robes who said they were members of a nomadic religious group that ate only vegetables
I love them.
and shunned leather products.
I'm a fan.
Okay,
I'm a fan of them.
Stu in this
interesting.
cult?
No doubt.
I eat a plant-based centered life.
Yeah.
Okay. The family that raised Holly are not suspects. So she was not raised by murderers, which is nice. Because that was my thought when I first heard they found baby Holly. I thought, oh, no. She's been raised by murderers? No, they dropped her off at a church and she was adopted. So that's what happened there.
She was chained up for 40 years.
Yeah, no. She apparently had an okay life. Maybe even a happy one, which is great.
Well, yeah, good.
Yeah. So last night,
I mean, even the barefoot people realized, no, we can't take this.
Yeah.
We're not doing that.
Yeah. The barefoot people must have been the ones who did the crime, right? You would think.
Well, they don't. Barefoot people.
Unless the killers handed it off to the barefoot people, and then the barefoot people handed it off to her.
the barefoot people
handed
don't
her off
kill
to the
people. They
church.
don't believe
I think
in
we got
leather
more to learn on
products.
this story.
I think so too.
And I think one of the keys is going to be defining for the police what a baby actually is. We got to get that.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. The police and the media in this country need to know 42-year-olds are not babies.
Yeah. Kind of delegitimizes the rest of the story.
It
quite
sure
frankly.
does.
Kind of does. That was my problem with it. You expect us to believe any other story now? I bet they weren't vegetarians. I bet they were meat eaters. And they probably had shoes.
Yeah.
I don't believe any of it
No,
now.
the women may have been men.
Right.
Well, now wait.
Well,
now.
that's true,
Okay.
though, too.
No,
That's
has changed.
entirely possible.
Man, it is man.
That's
Were they
changed.
asked, and when they stopped at the church and dropped off the baby, were they asked how they identify?
Yeah,
I'll bet
probably not.
Okay,
No.
well, that was 1981. See, we
Right.
didn't
People
have to
usually
worry
didn't
about that.
ask
So?
about identity.
Oh, my bad.
So last night,
That was
how many of us watched the fabulous production that is
I watched.
I
The
watched-
Day
I watched-
Democracy Almost
I
Died?
didn't watch all of it.
No, I bailed at the
I watched some
witnesses.
You bailed at the witnesses?
I watched some of it.
And were you flabbergasted?
2 words come to mind. Stunning.
And and
shocking.
Wait
shocking.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
Jake Tapper, is that you?
Yeah, thank you.
Stunning
Thank you.
and
That was
shocking
That was
come to
Jake
mind.
Tapper on CNN. Comes back at the end. Stunning. Jake.
What?
Jake,
what
stop
part
it.
of it was stunning?
Stop it.
Did you find anything stunning? I haven't seen anything that
not.
was stunning
I did not.
or shocking.
I did not. The footage that they claim, I mean, they made a big deal out of unseen footage,
Yeah.
which most of it I'd seen, actually.
So
I
they
know
have-
some of it was
Yeah.
leaked, but some of the footage of the breach,
Yeah, that
the
was
original breaches, I hadn't seen.
I hadn't seen that either, and you couple it with the radios, the police radios.
Yeah.
But they took 14,000 hours of footage, right? And
Yeah.
they condensed it into like 8 minutes of breaching the Capitol,
And there was,
Is that what it was?
and that the whole, I mean,
spliced together.
If that's the most compelling stuff you've got, you didn't move me. You
No,
did not move me at all on this.
And-
It was neither stunning nor shocking.
Like right out of the gate, like their very first pitch was Bob Barr saying
Right.
that your case is BS.
BS, right?
And that was what they led with.
Yeah. And big
that-
deal. So what?
I know.
We've known Bob Barr said that the whole time.
and they showed footage of Jared and Jared Kushner.
The Subway sandwich guy?
no,
Kushner.
no.
Jared-
Okay. All right.
No.
All right.
Yeah.
I was wondering what Jared was doing.
that
He's
was a
supposed to be
different
in
case.
jail,
Yeah, it's a
man.
different
We know what
case.
he's doing.
Okay,
It
all
ain't
right.
fun.
He's with the barefoot people.
That's right.
The Jared Kushner, and at the end, the big reveal was I just took it as whining. Talking about Donald Trump, the father-in-law. I just took it as whining, and I thought, yeah, that's what you would do, right? I mean, he's around Donald all the time, and he's ranting, and so I just took it as whining.
Yeah, I did like the Babylon Bee letting us know just before the show started, because that's what it was. It was a show as the tributes came out there. But Babylon Bee said that Miley Cyrus is going to be performing at halftime, and that's where I shut it off. So I
So
missed.
good.
I did miss the.
They are good. That's funny. Is that funny, man? That's funny, right? Yeah. What's the other thing that I found? Oh, okay. They're saying that Donald Trump said Mike Pence deserved to hang.
Ooh.
If that is true, and I don't believe it, then that would be disappointing and shocking.
From
to
what
me.
they showed, I mean,
That's
they're
ugly.
saying that what he said is not that, right? But they're just inferring that that's what he meant.
Well, Liz Cheney, I believe, was it Liz Cheney that said the claims he said around other people, and they gasped
I
that
didn't hear her say that last night.
that they that Trump mentioned he deserved. Maybe they have. It was something like maybe my supporters have the right idea because Mike Pence deserves.
That's what I
it.
mean. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Maybe my supporters have the right idea. So that
Yeah.
she's inferring that, he believed that Mike Pence should be hanged.
Right.
Oh, that's a
Right.
leap.
Okay.
So where's our hearing on Chuck Schumer calling for a whirlwind of
Reap the whirlwind.
Reap the whirlwind or something for
Yeah.
Kavanaugh?
Yeah.
in
And what does
Gorsuch?
that mean, Chucky?
Unleash the whirlwind. That's what it was.
Okay.
Well, what is
It
that?
was obviously inciting violence. Obviously.
Gonna have hearings on that in prime time, right?
Oh, sure. Yeah. That'll be the next big production that the government does.
And I mean, I know we have the opening statements, and they went through the whole big opening thing with playing the videos that we saw, and then right out of the chute, then they go back to the guy that's in charge of the congressional committee, who I still don't know who that is.
Oh yeah,
I don't know who that guy is.
Benny
He's
Thompson.
Sure, if you tell me that's who he is, that's who he is. He's in charge of it all. We'll take a break. All right, let's take a break.
That was.
We just got
Quick,
we just
yeah.
got started. What are you talking about? I thought we didn't take.
I'd say the first hour was
Well, we got to hear from the sponsors.
completely.
Right,
Right.
right.
We got some live reads to do here in a few minutes. We're going to have
I mean, I'd have been okay with that, but it
Yeah.
was not. It was just, we're taking a break.
weird.
Oh, okay.
if their goal was to grab the attention of Americans and change the narrative on January 6th. They failed. In the
Big
first
time.
hour, it was so boring.
Big time.
It was such a. It was.
And it's a big production.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is their prime time thing.
Yeah.
This is where they want to just blow America away. And they come out with this nothing, with a total zero.
Do we have ratings on that? I'd like to.
I'd
I
like
haven't
to
seen
see
them
those
yet.
numbers too. I mean, everybody carried it except for Fox, right? I mean, the world carried it except for Fox. So it'd be
I can't wait till the
interesting.
numbers come out.
I know.
I'll bet no single network beats Fox. That would be my guess. You know, if you take all their coverage combined, obviously it's going to add up to more.
That's what they will do.
Yeah.
They will only
Sure they
announce
will.
all the coverage combined. Absolutely.
But here's Liz Cheney's opening remarks.
President Trump summoned the mob, assembled the mob, and lit the flame of this attack. You will also hear about plots to commit seditious conspiracy on January 6th, a crime defined in our laws as conspiring to overthrow, put down, or destroy by force the government of the United States,
That's not what they were doing,
or
really.
to oppose by force the authority thereof.
Oh.
Multiple members of two groups, the Oath Keepers and the Proud Boys, have been charged with this crime for their involvement in the events leading up to and on January 6th. Some have pled guilty. The attack on our Capitol was not a spontaneous riot. Intelligence available before January 6th
Excuse me, what?
identified plans
Wait, what?
to, quote, invade the Capitol,
Wait, what?
occupy the Capitol,
You knew ahead of
and take
time?
other steps to halt Congress's count of electoral votes that day.
Maybe be prepared and put more security there. If
No, why would you do that, though?
You
Why
just
would
said
be
that you
prepared?
knew ahead of time this was going to happen.
We like spontaneity. We just want to see what happens.
Plus, correct me if I'm wrong. Did they actually go through with the count?
Yeah, that happened.
And was that
Yeah,
was
they did.
verified?
Yeah.
Unless because
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
they did.
Yeah, they did.
So
Eventually. I mean, it took a couple hours, but they did go ahead with the vote.
Jeffy,
on the same
Yeah,
day.
yeah.
On
On the
day.
same
Okay.
freaking day, they did. Yeah.
did you notice
That's
that
how close it was to
that-
dying.
the in the footage they showed Proud Boys stack number 1?
Yes.
Okay, you saw that?
Yes.
There were already breaches throughout the Capitol, which shows that they weren't the ones that led the charge. That
They weren't the first to breach.
they weren't the first ones to go in.
Right.
So if this was a plot designed by the Proud Boys, then why were they in the rear?
What I love is that they're going after the Proud Boys and Oath Keepers with the same zeal.
Yeah.
They went after Antifa. That's what's
Sure.
great about
Oh,
it.
yeah.
You know what? And honestly,
Remember the Antifa thing? How they viciously stalked and prosecuted them?
and if you want to change hearts and minds about this, then you play it right down the middle.
Yeah.
And you point out
Yes.
the Antifa elements that were there.
Right. That were there and that led the rioting all through the summer of 2020.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you have no credibility.
No.
You much more damage, many more lives were taken. It was a much bigger event all through the summer of the riots than January 6th was.
So if we
and
move
you've completely turned it around.
the U.S. Capitol to Minneapolis, then this January 6th thing isn't a big deal then? Because apparently when Minneapolis burns
right.
to the ground, it doesn't
It's
matter.
not a problem. Or when certain segments of Seattle are completely taken over
Yeah.
by a mob.
Well, all
That's
those
not a
people
problem.
are in jail now, right?
No.
All the people that took
None
over
of them are.
Chaz, named it Chaz. and
No. And raped and pillaged, and the cops weren't even allowed to go in. Yeah.
all-
That's all taken
Yeah,
care
where are
of.
the
sure.
Antifa guys? Are they going to be called to trial here?
Nope. My guess is they won't even mention there was anybody
And
involved.
I know, we always have to put the disclaimer in. I get that they shouldn't have.
I was
done what
completely
they did.
against what they did.
Yes, I know.
And they got completely carried away in some cases. But it is not what they're making out of it.
And democracy didn't almost die.
No. Even if we
sorry.
had a democracy, it wouldn't have almost died that day.
Did you
we
see-
do. They keep saying we do. I don't know why you keep
I
saying
know.
we don't. Because everyone says we do.
Did
They
you
sure
see,
do.
oh gosh, AOC's tweet last night?
No.
Where she
Yes.
said, hold on, I'm going to find it here.
She wants to brought back so many memories.
Yeah.
And
Wait,
brought-
you weren't even in the building, woman.
for who? For you?
Here we go. Let's
Yeah.
see. Boy, she tweeted a lot last night. Anyway, but yeah, she's exactly right. Yeah, she's like, I'm reliving this.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah, it was bad.
Oh, my gosh.
She took a beating for it too, but so what? She doesn't care about that.
Oh, new Quinnipiac poll just came out. Approval for Biden, 33%, 55% disapprove. No opinion, 12%. I don't know, 12%. Wow, he's 22 points underwater in Quinnipiac.
Oh, and look at this. Here
approve among 18 to 34s.
Hang on, look at this.
22% approval, 54% disapprove.
Yep.
Okay, and then
the
it's
young adults. Yeah, I mean young adults.
Wait, bring back that pie chart. That was kind of cool. Do you approve or disapprove of the way Joe Biden is handling his job as president? Yeah, okay, that's the number I first mentioned.
Yep.
Young adults, it's 54-22. Jeez. Hispanics, 24 to 58.
Yeah, like both of those demographics are not interested. Young adults and Hispanics. What was that other one, Rob?
Wow.
Okay. Overall,
yeah,
43, yeah.
Just a different way to show it, I guess.
Cool.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But the Antifa footage that we played yesterday when I held up my computer, we actually have that video if you want a clearer shot of that of January 6th. Can we play that?
All right.
Look at that. I want the committee to ask questions about that. I want to hear from Ray Epps.
These are assumed because it looks like they're Antifa people. That's how they're dressed. And they're changing into so-called MAGA outfits.
Where's Ray Epps?
That's incredible.
I want to hear from Ray Epps out there and how he was trying to to drum up the...
I saw someone in a timeline this morning say that some of that footage that they aired last night edited him out. And I don't know that to be true. I just I saw people commenting that was the case. And I know that, Caroline Edwards, the U.S. Capitol Police officer that testified last night, who, she's not bad looking. Anyway, so they gave her a resume when she took it. She's studying at the University of Georgia now, and it's great that we're all, proud of the resume. But she, at the beginning, I stopped before she got to talking about how she was knocked out and they pushed her, up against the guardrails, and she smashed her head against the stairway and stuff. But prior to that, she talked about when they were first in line against the Capitol rioters. They called her names.
No, don't say that.
And
don't say that.
Oh no!
No, when she said it, not me. I'm not saying it. She said it. She said that.
Don't say that she said it.
The rioters were calling her names.
That's too much.
They called her names.
They called her names.
And
like what, for instance?
Well, Nancy Pelosi's dog.
Oh no. No, you can't survive that. You can't survive that.
No.
That's unsurvivable.
If someone would have called her pig.
Oh, boy.
Oh, man.
No, that would have been horrifying. Absolutely horrifying.
I appreciate this tweet this morning from Alyssa Batts from North Carolina, young GOP. I don't see any orchestrated primetime hearings for the harm and damage done from COVID and forced vaccines. But I guess that's because the GOP were willing participants. So.
Well, yeah, that's a good part of it.
But that there should be a primetime hearing on all the damage. That has destroyed a nation, destroyed a planet.
Yep.
Quite frankly.
She also said that she was called a traitor.
No.
Oh, is this that cop again?
Oh,
yes.
No.
So Nancy Pelosi's
the name
dog
calling
and
just
traitor.
doesn't seem to stop here.
She was a traitor to
what else?
To my Constitution. She was a traitor to her oath and her Constitution.
No.
That was along with
Does she have
Nancy
a constitution?
Pelosi's dog.
She has her own personal constitution. She was a traitor to. I hate when that happens.
Yes,
because you go to all the trouble of writing yourself a constitution. You should at least adhere.
And
to
I will
it
say,
afterward.
it is interesting how we all believe in the Constitution now.
Yeah, right.
And so I guess it's a for sure thing.
Yeah.
I guess it is a thing that we all believe in, isn't it?
They do this every time. They only bring it up, man, when they got something nefarious going on.
It's incredible to me how we just love the Constitution now.
Oh, they don't even mention it. 90%, 99% of the time they don't mention
What was
it.
the line Biden said about the Second Amendment? It's not
absolute.
It's not absolute. Yeah, that's not absolute. But we love it.
Oh, sure.
Every bit of it.
You betcha.
Every bit of it.
Well, he said actually in one of those times that he was babbling about stuff he didn't know what he's talking about. As with all our rights, the Second Amendment isn't absolute. Oh.
Okay.
All right. So these are just basically good suggestions to them.
It's guidelines.
It's a safety tip more than anything. They're kind of tips. It's nothing that we've carved into stone or anything. Come on.
Suggestions.
Come on. All right, let me tell you about Patriot Mobile. Free speech, religious liberty, Second Amendment. Across the country, your constitutional rights, we've just been talking about, are under constant attack. And it's getting worse by the day. It's getting worse by the minute, which is why I'm proud to support Patriot Mobile. They're not just America's only Christian conservative cell phone provider. They're one of the few companies that's even fighting back against all of the madness. You're going to get the same great coverage that everybody offers because they all use the same towers. It's just that you'll pay less at Patriot Mobile, and you'll be with a company who's not stabbing you in the back with the money that you're paying them every month. They're going to be fighting for religious freedom and your constitutional rights and the sanctity of life. PatriotMobile.com/Pat. Go there. You'll get free activation when you use the offer code PAT. Veterans and first responders save you even more. So make that switch today. Between the left, the media, and rhinos like Liz Cheney, we need to stick together. PatriotMobile.com/Pat or 972-PATRIOT.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
I predict after November, what is the day, 6th or something this year? After voting day, election day in November, Liz Cheney will no longer be a member of our government.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, according to this, she got applause at the January 6th hearing watch party out in a park somewhere across America.
Of course she did. Of course she did.
They
love nothing more.
Stop it.
They love nothing more than a Republican turncoat. If they can find somebody who's going to stab the Republican Party in the back, oh my gosh, they love them. But
how far is she trailing in the polls?
I think by a fairly wide margin.
Did I see 28?
Maybe.
Like 28 points?
It sounds about right.
I need to double check that.
But thankfully, we have her on top of this January 6th.
28% behind, yeah.
28. Jeez.
But she's not even in charge of the committee, right? And it's the other guy that nobody knows who he is.
No, but you notice who kicks it off. It's her because they love her right now. They're using her. And then when they're done with her, do you think they're still going to love her?
Oh, yes.
Nope.
Oh, wait,
She'll be discarded like so much trash.
Wait, Benny said that she was like a good friend from Wyoming.
Yeah, our good friend from Wyoming.
Right? Right. Not right?
What's his name?
Benny
Johnson?
Thompson.
Thompson.
From Mississippi. He told us last night, bro.
The honorable congressman.
Aren't they all?
Yeah,
aren't they all?
From Mississippi, okay.
They are. Meanwhile, our beloved president.
Yeah. I love him.
I mean, does anybody love him? I don't even know if I don't think his wife does because she uses him. She knows what's wrong with him, and yet pushes him to do it anyway.
Even his own dogs don't love him. Remember, they injured him. They
That's
said,
right.
"You're not going to be president." And
that's right.
Really
well, I mean, he was getting out of the shower, grabbing the back of that dog. You'd be running too.
That is the last thing. When you get out of a shower, I don't want to be touching a dog.
I know.
You're clean.
Right.
Stop. What a lie.
He's at the Conference of the Americas, which that's going on in Los Angeles. Mm-hmm. And he literally had no one talking to him. Check out. Okay, he talks about how popular he is. Watch how popular.
Look. So they're waiting to be seated at this dinner, right?
Uh-huh.
And so there's just casual conversation. Everybody's talking. See the lady on the left talking. Yeah. I mean, even Trudeau's got somebody to talk to.
He's just standing there. Nobody's paying a bit of attention to him. Not even the guy next to him.
Right.
The guy next to him talking to the guy across the table.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Wow.
And this goes on and on.
Someone talk to me.
Hey, anyone down there want to talk?
There he goes. He says
he's trying.
Hello.
He's looking down there.
Barack.
Yeah.
Barack.
What are we gonna eat?
Where's President My Boss?
It's really reminiscent of when he was trying to get Barack's attention.
Sure is.
And Obama ignored him.
Huh?
Look at that. You know, if he was a decent guy, you'd feel bad for him.
What am I doing? Even the guy next to him is like turned away from him, like, please don't talk to me. Please don't talk to me.
No, I got nothing to say to you,
Don't
dude.
talk to me. Okay, here I am.
This goes on a painfully long time.
Yeah.
It sure does. That's
something.
Is incredible.
And
but, maybe they all watched Kimmel the night before, and they were like, ooh.
Well, you would think they'd have something to talk to him about then, but no.
Yeah, you don't.
Nope.
You don't understand it. You overstand it.
Right. So, hey, Joe, you think you have the fastest growing economy in the world? The world. The world. Huh? I mean, that was his. I had 5 favorite quotes from that Kimmel interview. I painstakingly went through 23 god-awful minutes of that.
And he's terrible throughout.
Terrible.
Right? I mean,
terrible.
There are so many places where you just think, oh, my God.
Well, that's what I said.
Embarrassing.
I mean, Rob and I went through the entire interview like that, and you don't know where to start the edit. Like, where do we... Okay, it is all so bad.
I mean, you
just press play, and 23 minutes later...
I know. You played the climate change. We actually made some real moves. I mean, we have, 1 in 7 of all changes that have taken place in terms of solar, wind, and wind pumps.
Yeah.
I mean, pumps and have occurred in the last 18 months. We've moved.
Pumps and like.
But
he was still talking about climate change, though, yesterday
Right.
at the Americas thing. You got to see, because this piggybacks nicely with that quote here. Watch this.
To lower the risk around these kinds of investments, support policy reforms and improve investment in climate in countries. Excuse me, the investment climate.
Climate in countries.
Oh, my gosh.
You got to support climate in countries.
So the quote again, support policy reforms and improve investment and climate in countries. Excuse me. The investment climate, the climate of investment.
Yeah.
He's got he's almost a mixture between himself and Kamala right now.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting to watch this. Hey, start it over. This is too good.
Terrible.
To lower the risk around these kinds of investments, support policy reforms and improve investment in climate in countries. Excuse me, the investment climate, the climate of investment in these countries.
Dear God.
Good golly.
It's over. Bro, you're
Please,
not coming back.
By all that is holy, get rid of this guy.
Oh, my gosh.
We've got to get rid of this guy.
In the values reflected in the AANHPI.
I mean, one of the quotes from Kimmel, we're moving in directions that are being slowed. Look.
Yeah.
Moving in
I know.
directions.
We played that yesterday.
I know. I mean, it's incredible. I just don't. I honestly, that TV clip.
Oh,
the
TV clip. You turn on the TV, look at the ads. When's the last time you saw biracial couples on TV?
During the last commercial break.
When's the last
2
time
minutes
you
ago.
saw the way? I mean, people are selling products. They do ads and sell products.
Nobody knows.
And they sell products when they appeal to people. Come on now.
Turn on the TV.
Come on.
Look at the
Here we
ads.
go.
When's the last time you saw biracial couples on TV? When's the last time you saw
Yesterday.
the way?
I mean,
people are selling products. They
do
do ads
ads.
to sell products, and they sell products when they appeal to people. This generation is going to change everything. We just got to.
That is unbelievable. I got to hear that one more time. One more time. Go through that. That's incredible.
Oh, I'm serious. You turn on the TV.
He's
look
serious.
at the ads. When's the last time you saw biracial couples on TV? When's the last time you saw the way? I mean, people are selling products. They do ads to sell products, and they sell products when they appeal to people. This generation is going to change everything. We just got to make sure we don't give up.
Yeah. I'm surprised he didn't drop a reference to, what was the Willis? Is that the couple on the Jeffersons? Can you believe that? They have a biracial couple on the Jeffersons now.
I mean, has he watched
so out of
TV
touch.
since we went to color?
I don't know. Wow.
I mean, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
At least Sky News in Australia has some more cannon fodder that they can use. Wow. Yep. That's you got to be proud as an American.
Oh, yeah.
You got to be proud. Welcome. Great to have you with us. Thanks for being here. Got some tweets. Jimmy Dimples tweets, 42-year-olds aren't babies? Don't know. Ever see some libs of TikTok? Libs of TikTok. That's what it is. Right. I have seen libs of TikTok. They're trying to make it so that we can't see it.
A lot of adult
they're back
babies.
on now.
A lot of adult babies.
Right, they're back. Libs of TikTok are back on now, so you're all right.
Wind pumps and like tweets last night did prove one thing. We now know we are no longer a republic. Comrade Snoobage, all that Biden dinner scene needs is the sad Titanic music. Yeah, well, let's see. Let's go back to the dinner scene. See if it adds a certain je ne sais quoi. Too much background noise, really. Oh, there we go.
That is sad. That does add a certain
Je ne sais quoi, if you will.
I will.
Agonizing.
Oh, somebody talk to the old man. He's lonely.
No,
Look at
don't.
me. Look
don't.
at me, please.
Don't talk to him. Don't do it.
Please.
He doesn't deserve it.
Oh, God.
I mean,
that is so sad, dude.
Again, if he was a decent guy, I'd be sad for him. He's not. He's not.
Yep.
He's the personification of evil.
There you go. That's fair.
Isn't that nice?
That's nice. Stuff.
Yeah, all right. 888-933-93. Also, Pat Unleashed on Twitter has so much. How do you get to all this stuff? Let's bring you to the coven, perhaps. The ABC coven that is The View. And Joy Behar showing her true colors. They come shining through.
Once black people get guns in this country, the gun laws will change. Trust me. Once black people get guns in this country, the gun laws will change. Trust me.
Jeez. Is that
so racist?
It's just flat out racist. Nobody has ever said, except I don't want those black people to get guns, man. Then, that'd be bad. Nobody's saying that. When has any Republican ever said or alluded to the fact?
No, that's the history of the Democrat Party. Because every time that blacks got guns, Democrats did change laws.
And every time somebody says something like this, it's a Democrat. Like Joyless Behar. Man. First of all, blacks already own guns.
No.
Puddin', do you think they don't?
What
do you mean you wait till blacks get guns?
Because I thought the Second Amendment said thou shalt not be infringed except for black people.
No, it said African Americans because it was
those
the
days
founders were really sensitive about that.
They might have even said Negroes back those days. Well, it's just
number two, Behar and those on the left are the only ones who ever say this stuff. Nobody on the right has a problem with black gun ownership. Nobody. But this is how they think. This is what they think of others because that's how they think. Because they are racists.
Absolutely.
Period. Wow. Wait till the blacks have guns and that's what guns will change. Shut up.
I cannot believe that show has been on so long.
I know.
And I don't know how. I mean, it's amazing to me that that show is still on the air.
Yeah, we had this discussion, I think, last week or the week before. We had to be so careful about everything we said when Glenn was doing the show at Fox and we were writing for him. And you had to have everything vetted, everything checked.
Yes.
You check it. Santa Claus only checked twice. We checked about 20 different times. Because if we had ever said erroneous things like this, we didn't get away with it once.
Nope.
Let alone night after night after night after night, day after day like they do. If it's not Whoopi Goldberg saying it, it's Joy Behar.
When August comes around, it will have been 25 years.
Of The View? Of the Coven?
Yeah, August 11th, 1997.
Wow.
That is gross.
Wow. 25 years. On a show that shouldn't have lasted 25 minutes. Should have been off a long time ago.
Wow.
Like their first show should have been their last.
That was with
Pretty
Barbara
much.
Walters, and she was holding down the fort then.
Yeah.
She wanted to make it more than a coven.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why they ran her off, right? It was her show,
Right.
and they still ran her off.
It's crazy. I mean, it seems like Whoopi Goldberg used to have some common sense.
It
right?
does seem that way, yes.
Like I remember her saying at one point, "Don't call me African American. I've never even been to Africa. Call me American. I'm black." So, you think, oh, okay, well, she's got some common sense. That seems to make sense to me. But wow,
not anymore.
No,
no more.
Nope. No. All right. A man tried to get into an elementary school yesterday, was banging on the doors, which were locked, by the way, so he couldn't get in. And resource officers who were there on the scene, one of them came over to him, tried to figure out what was going on, called for backup, and they wound up shooting and killing the guy because he kept trying to get into the elementary school. Huh. So a locked door and a good person with a gun prevented any other death. Huh. Who saw that coming?
Weird.
I mean, you like to come up with these hypotheticals, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And you say, hey, if we could lock the doors and
Yeah.
maybe have some good guy with a gun parked out front,
Right.
And then when you suggest that, people are like, "Come on, stop
Yeah,
coming up with
that's
these crazy
so stupid.
hypotheticals and stuff."
We got to take the guns. We don't want more guns. We want less.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this worked.
Right.
It worked. So now what do you have to say?
I guess a bigger question I have is: school still in session in Alabama? What's
This was a summer school situation.
Okay.
Yeah, there were 34 kids in the class, and they're taking a summer school class or something. And, I mean, you don't even think of that, so it could happen in the summer as well. And yet, it was prevented, thank goodness.
Do we have any idea? And I did see this headline, and I did not click on the story, but did it say why do we know why he was trying to
Not that I've
get
seen.
in the school? Or
Not that
was
I've
he
seen.
trying to take a class?
And I
don't
haven't
know.
seen that
Yeah.
he's armed, but it's usually a bad decision if you go for an officer's gun. Like that,
Right.
they typically don't like that. And,
Really?
and I think that's what happened in this case.
Yeah, I don't know if you can make a blanket statement
Well,
like
I
that, though,
apologize.
Keith.
Okay.
You're just saying officers in general don't like it when you go for their gun? Huh.
Wow. That's what I've heard. And apparently
Okay.
this guy...
I mean, have you asked every police officer around the country?
I'm pretty sure the answer to that is no. Am I right, Keith?
Yes.
Am I right? You haven't-
guilty. I haven't done my research. I
Thank
shouldn't
you.
even brought that to the table.
That's what I thought.
I'm
But thank you
sorry.
for being honest.
Yeah, my bad.
Admitting it in the end.
You don't understand it. You overstand it. I mean, we can't let that go.
No, that's a thing. That's a thing.
How can Jimmy Kimmel? How can Jimmy Kimmel even?
Can't. He
knows.
He's not
He's
honest.
alive.
He doesn't care. He doesn't care. If because you watched the entire 23 minutes.
I did.
He is such a show for the left
Oh,
and for
big time.
radical causes. He doesn't care who's in that. That's the thing about this whole party, especially the Democrat Party, is that they just see him as a vessel. They always have.
Mm-hmm.
Just put somebody in there. The Marxists in the administration will pull the levers and push the buttons. That's all we need in there.
Mm-hmm.
And he can't even. That's the thing. They expected that he would at least be able to play president. He can't even do that.
No, which is why he hadn't been anywhere in 200 days or whatever it was. Because they don't trust him. And with good reason. He just proved again that he can't handle it. He doesn't have the cognitive ability to handle it. He can't. And so that's why I say with Kimmel in short range of him like that, and the uncomfortability that he had to try to save the show, and Joe Biden by jumping in, by interjecting, by helping him as much as he could, and still the guy proved to be brain dead. Kimmel knows.
You can only take
Kimmel knows.
so many commercial breaks. I can just see Kimmel like,
right.
Are you sure we don't have another break
Do
scheduled?
we have a song? Can the band do a song right now? We're going to do a song in tribute of you, Joe. Here it is.
So there's a lot of major things we've done.
Okay, tell
Right.
us.
But what we haven't done is we haven't been able to communicate it in a way that is. Let me say another way.
Well, see, that's kind of perfect. Yeah, we haven't been able to communicate
but
it.
But look how the press has changed.
So that's a little slam on him right there, though.
It has changed. Oh, listen, I
know you overstand it. Yeah. You don't just understand it, you overstand it. Here's the deal.
Nervous laughter.
One of the things is that it's very difficult now to have a...
right.
Even with notable exceptions,
let me help you.
Really good reporters.
Let me help
you. They have to get the number of clicks on the nightly news.
Yeah, we got to go. We got to go. We're all out of time.
It's just everything gets sensationalized in ways. But I'm convinced we can get through this. We have to get through it. And one of the things, look.
I'm going to take a break, and then we'll talk a little bit more.
I'm going to take a break.
He cut off the president.
We have some biracial commercials we need to show.
I'm going to take a break.
Mm-hmm.
Dude cut off the president of the United States.
Had to
save him.
Yeah.
Had to.
My goodness.
He got to go.
He got to go.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Throughout the world, the leading cause of death is abortion. I think it's like 1.2 or 1.3 billion worldwide. That's, of course, 63 million children here in the United States since Roe v. Wade. And while if it turns out that Roe v. Wade is officially overturned, well, then it's going to mean that the states still have power, that the states do finally have power over their abortion laws. And it's still going to happen. So there's still going to be a need for ministries like Preborn. That's why we've partnered with them to try to help rescue 50,000 babies this year. When a woman sees an ultrasound, they're 80% more likely to choose life. And that's what Preborn does. They provide the free ultrasound so that the woman will hopefully choose life, and usually they do. And then they also provide maternity and baby clothes and diapers and car seats and all kinds of things. So that's where your donation comes in. Please help us rescue babies' lives this year. To donate, dial pound 250, say the keyword baby. That's pound 250, keyword baby, or go to preborn.com/Pat.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
By the way, I sit on the stand, and it get hot. I got hairy legs.
And it get hot.
That
turn
blonde in the sun.
And
the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down, so it was straight, and then watch the hair.
Okay, groomer.
Come back up again. They'd look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap.
Sure.
And I've loved kids jumping on my lap.
Surprise! Joe Biden loves kids jumping on his lap. Okay, and it get hot. I love that.
By the way, I sit on the stand.
I sit on
and
the stand.
it get hot. I got a lot.
And it get hot.
I got hairy. By the way, I sit on the stand.
You ready?
And it get hot. I got hair.
And it get hot.
And I got hairy legs.
What a gross human being.
Oh, my gosh.
Just grotesque in every sense.
And it'd be nice if you could ignore him, but he's the president of the United States of America, so you kind of can't. And that makes it a lot worse. By the way,
people at that dinner ignored him, though.
Yeah, they did. Yes, they did. Britain's NHS has scrapped the word women from ovarian cancer guidance, so now it's way more inclusive. All the men with ovarian cancer can now be treated. So that's good.
World, man.
With the goal of being more inclusive, Britain's National Health Service has finally pandered to the left and decided to replace the word women in a section where it states that trans men, non-binary people, and intersex people can develop ovarian cancer. No, they can't. No. The NHS website in the United Kingdom has recently changed its guidance on ovarian cancer, where the word women has been dropped from the website due to an initiative of being more inclusive towards transgender, non-binary, and intersex people.
I can't take this madness.
Now, intersex, do you have both organs that way? Do you have both?
Yeah.
Yeah? You have a penis and a... Okay. So this doesn't apply.
Boys have a penis, girls have a vagina.
Well, yeah, it applies.
Intersex have both.
Right? Exactly. That's where he should have
possible.
gone. He should have finished
anybody that has ovarians can get the cancer.
Ovarians.
I mean,
that's got to be a word now.
That's a fact, right?
Just too mucking fudge.
Anybody who has ovarians
could get the cancer.
Could get the cancer.
That's a fact, right?
It's a fact.
I think Just Too Muckin' Fudge needs to make that into a Jeffy Square.
Ovarians. Incredible. That's incredible. Hey, Mike Rogers of Alabama. Keep that name in mind because here's a guy who has some guts. He's reintroduced legislation that would completely sever America's ties with the United Nations. This would solve a lot of problems.
Good.
That would be really, really helpful.
Trump should have done it.
Thomas Massey is an original co-sponsor of the bill. The measure would extricate the U.S. from the UN and related entities such as the World Health Organization, cut U.S. funding to the globalist organizations, and end American participation in any agreements with the international bodies.
Good.
Yeah, that's what needs to happen.
Yeah,
no kidding.
That means they're not in New York, right? Get out.
Right. Yes.
See
Go
ya.
to, I don't know, who cares? Belgium. Go to Belgium and do it in Brussels. That seems to be an international city where they...
Yeah, that's the EU, right? Let them all be there.
It's the EU. I think it's the headquarters of NATO. So the UN would fit right in there.
Yeah.
Right in. The president shall terminate all membership by the United States in the United Nations and in any organ, specialized agency, commission, or other formally affiliated body of the UN. That's what the bill states. Except as otherwise provided, this act and the amendments made by this act shall take effect on the day that is 2 years after the date of the enactment of this act. Now,
you give them 2 years to move out? No. You get a year.
You get 6 months.
Okay.
How about that?
All right, okay. How about 3 months?
But if the Republicans take control of the House and Senate, you got a chance on something like this.
You would hope.
You got a chance.
But I thought we had a chance one other time.
I know, that's true. Obamacare comes to mind. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up.
Good morning, Americans. It's Friday.
Welcome to it. Got a couple of tweets here. Zelda Lilbird 10 tweets, the Titanic music goes very well with that Biden dinner video because America's going down like the Titanic, maybe faster, thanks to Biden. From Jay Ford, liberals think conservatives don't want blacks to own guns. Remember, they always accuse conservatives of what they're guilty of themselves. Yeah. Indeed. That's exactly right.
A lot of people were quick to remind last night during the hearings, which were
terrific,
stunning,
staggering, shocking.
Yes. That gas is $5 a gallon. So we don't care about January 6th.
Yeah, right. Actually, we'd also like to buy food, which we're priced out of the market there, too. So,
and the shelves are empty. I mean, the shelves are
many
emptier,
of them are
emptier, and we continue to have recalls around the country and the world that are adding to the shortage of goods. It's incredible.
Can you put that graphic back up, Rob?
Good job with that, Rob.
Gas prices this week: Monday $4.86, Tuesday $4.91, Wednesday $4.95, Thursday $4.97, Friday today $4.98.
We're going to do it this weekend.
It was $4.60 something, I think, $4.62 or something at the Walmart that I passed this morning. And people were quick to also remind that January 6th, the day democracy almost died, gas was $2.13 a gallon or something like that. You know, gas was $2 and something a gallon.
And remember, it had been going up from the moment. You can look at the chart. From the moment it was obvious that Biden was going to be the president, that's when the gas prices started going up. From that moment, November.
No, I mean is that when Putin invaded Ukraine?
No.
Well, then
no.
Gas prices didn't start going up.
That's what they'd like us to believe, actually. Let's talk to Annette in Ohio. Hey, Annette.
Bingo.
Oh, good job. It was the first word out of her mouth. And you did it.
Right.
You did it. Congratulations.
You trained me well, Pat.
All right. So where did your bingo occur?
On the bottom row.
All right.
As I keep forgetting I'm president. I wish we all could forget it.
Right.
Peace. Good night. Stupid SOBs.
Okay.
12-year-old boy children.
12-year-old boy children, yes.
Yeah. and President Groomer with kids like to rub my leg hair.
Okay. Good job. We set you up with the $30 of merch.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Excellent.
Thanks a lot, Annette. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening. So there's thus another bingo week is concluded, but a new one starts Monday. That's a good thing about this. You'll have another chance next week.
Yeah, we'll post the new card later today. Pin it to the top of at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. I don't know if you want to. Maybe we'll get a sneak peek in the old overtime, huh?
It's possible. It's possible.
Could be fun.
You know, there's only like 90-some days left before the start of college football.
I know.
We went over this.
I can taste it now.
We went over this a few days ago. It was 80 days. So now we're probably
82
about 70.
your Nebraska start.
First game of the year. August, yeah.
Okay, well, games that people care about. How many days do we have?
When does BYU start?
I think it's September 2nd. They'll be in South Florida. And then their season kicks into high gear.
Who they play? Do they play South Florida or they play? Are they in South Florida?
South Florida.
Playing Miami.
They play South Florida.
Oh, okay. They're playing USF. Oh, at Tampa Stadium. Nice. All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Have you been there? Have you enjoyed a game there?
Oh, yes. Absolutely. I used to broadcast the USF games. Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, back in the aughts when they were in the Big East. And,
back in the aughts.
The Big East. Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's a fun Jeffy fact there that you would have heard on atthemicshow.com, episode 3.
Right after they play South Florida, they have Baylor coming up, the defending Big 12 champions. That'll be in Provo. Then they got Oregon the next week.
Wow.
Then they have Wyoming, which is hopefully a little bit of a breather.
Cowboys are a little bit of a breather these days, yeah.
Utah State, who went to a bowl game and won it last year, they were good. They were, I think, 11-3. One of those losses, of course, to the BYU Cougars. Then we got Notre Dame. Notre Dame in Las Vegas.
Huge game.
That's a
in Vegas?
Big one, yeah.
Wow.
And the following week, Arkansas.
Heading to the SEC.
Yeah.
Come on, baby.
Then we travel to Lynchburg, Virginia to take on Liberty.
Wow.
Liberty's been kind of surprising. They've actually put together a pretty good athletic department.
Justify it any way you want. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
East Carolina. Boise State, again, as usual. This is the last year for that rivalry. That's kind of sad. One of the sad things
that's a big
about
game for them.
Yeah, one of the sad parts of going to the Big 12, and there are not many, is losing rivalries like that. I love the Boise State rivalry. Utah Tech, which doesn't exist yet because they're called Dixie, and then we finish the year with Stanford. That's a pretty darn good.
Yeah,
schedule.
I don't like that they changed their name, Dixie State.
And I think they did that because of pressure.
Yeah. Stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, that is the most fascinating history behind that. It's down there in St. George.
Right. Southern Utah.
Mm-hmm. And during the Civil War, when there was a squeeze on the cotton supply, that's when your boy there, right? Brigham Young went out there and tried to grow cotton to say, hey, let's see if we can get a part of this cotton trade. And then that area, there's Dixie National Forest, there's Dixie State College. Right. And now, oh no, it's racist. Shut up.
Right, exactly. It's just so silly, isn't it?
Yes,
so
it
silly. We talked about the averted school shooting yesterday. I don't know if the guy even had a gun. I don't think they've said. For some reason, we're not getting very good details out of the incident where the guy got shot dead outside the school that he was trying to get into and couldn't. Thank goodness. But taser developer Axon said this week that they're working on a drone armed with electric stunning weapons.
But that's already been paused, right? They already backed off on that.
In fact, a lot of the
Which is weird. I think this is a really good idea.
Okay, so the board voted against it 8-4, and they went ahead with it anyhow. And so I think 9 board members, I forgot, some just left.
They left.
Discussed over this.
Wow.
Yeah, but anyhow. So
what was the big problem with having a drone that tases potential shooters?
Yeah,
why wouldn't you want that?
Objection was specifically. Was it just?
Are they worried that it'll randomly tase kids too, or what? I don't know. Weird.
Yeah.
They won't entertain anything that could actually protect the kids.
Right.
They won't entertain it. Hey, how about you arm, I don't know, a policeman inside the school? You have them there at all times. And then if somebody shows up, he can take care of it. No, we don't want more guns. We want less. Okay, how about we lock all the doors and we make people go through metal detectors? Or no, we don't want our children having to go through a jail system. Okay, what? It just shows what their agenda is.
Right.
They're not going to be happy until they ban guns.
Exactly. I mean, you take all the money that we sent to Ukraine and divide it up the schools in this country, $400,000 per school. Boy, that could cover some good salaries.
That would go a long
buy
way.
some locks on some doors, some metal detectors. But no. Let's take everyone's gun. That'll take care of it. Even the bad guys. The bad guys, like we showed the meme yesterday, they'll totally be on board and
Yep.
be like, oh, crap, my gun's illegal now? Oh, I'll turn that in.
Well, I mean, we don't want black people to get guns.
Well, yeah, I mean, thank goodness Joy Behar brought that into the discussion.
Once black people get guns in this country, the gun laws will change. Trust me.
The gun laws will change. Trust me.
Oh, man.
That was awful.
Oven.
Yep. Just racist is what she is. We were talking about the bad poll numbers for Biden because of this NPR PBS Marist College poll came out. So we were talking about the Quinnipiac poll that had him at 33% approval. 33%, way below where Trump was at this point.
I'm
in his
sure that
presidency.
Jimmy Kimmel appearance, though, bumped that
Oh,
up.
yeah.
Have we seen
That'll make
an
it
overnight poll? from
skyrocket.
that?
Yeah.
In the NPR PBS Marist College poll, he's at 38%. There's no good polls for this guy. And this is going to make him even more frustrated. And I hope push him into more appearances like that Jimmy Kimmel thing because he can't do it. He can't handle it.
Right. He'll
Show
believe
prep.
he has to. He'll believe that he has to do that.
Yeah.
Instead of, no, Joe, just stay away.
So in the Marist poll, this is on the strongly approve or strongly disapprove. Marist poll, 40% strongly disapproved, 14% strongly approved, 40 to 14. In the Quinnipiac poll, 45% strongly disapproved, 15 strongly approved, 45 to 15. In the most recent NBC poll, it was 45 to 16. And in the AP NORC poll, the numbers were 39-12. The guy's in bad shape. He's just lucky there's not a how much do you hate this guy's guts question, because that would be fairly significant, I think, too.
Yeah. That would we'd break 100.
We would
for a first poll to have an amount above 100. Wow.
All right, 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Here is a cool animal video.
Whoa, did you hear Pat just said here is a cool animal video?
Only because it was written in Keith Scratch at the top of the page.
Keith Scratch. The vulture one?
This is kind of cool, yeah, because it's a guy hang gliding, and here's what happens.
Look at this. Look at that thing. Woo! Wait.
That's a vulture?
Yeah.
Oh, look at the bird is floating.
Like the bird's flying.
Like birds
by
do.
the guy's hang gliding,
birds
though.
Do. Amazing.
Yeah, but then it landed.
He's like lazy, man. He's like gonna hitch a ride. Freeloader bird.
Huh? Are you moved now, Jeffy? Look at he's petting. He's petting the vulture.
God.
Right.
Sadly, the guy's speaking gibberish, though. I don't know what happened there. Maybe he got hit in the head or something, and he didn't remember how to talk.
Don't eat my shoe, Beavis. What are you doing, man? God.
I mean, that was...
Was that riveting?
It was cool.
Right?
It was cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
Said that right on the top of the page.
It did. It did say it, and it was true. Then there's a monkey in a zoo footage we have here.
Monkey?
Sorry.
A monkey.
It's an orangutan, right?
This is an orangutan.
Oh, no. Did I write monkey? Excuse me. Look at this.
This is an orangutan.
Help! Help! Help!
What is going on here? That is...
oh,
no!
man!
Oh, no! Oh, no! Bro.
Uh-oh.
Getting close to the package. Stop, dude.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah. He's getting close to the package because the orangutan is thinking he's going to get himself a little business.
No. No, Jeffy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
More gibberish. I guess maybe when you get scared, you start speaking gibberish. Is that what happens?
What just happened with the vulture video?
Yeah.
And it happened
And
there.
it happened there.
So wait, was that patient zero for monkeypox?
No, orangutans are not monkeys.
Uh-huh.
All right, they're like gorillas.
They're completely different than monkeys.
Yeah, they're like gorillas.
Completely different.
They're apes.
Do they eat bananas?
They're part of the primates. But yeah, this guy was, of course, was trying to, wanted to get clicks on his TikTok stream.
And so the orangutan got pissed.
He jumped the one barrier and got closer to the cage.
So he kind of got what he had coming to him.
For clicks on the nightly news, and he kept kind of antagonizing.
Yeah, it looked like he was saying "hug me" or something.
Yeah. And so the orangutan was like, "You want to do some business? All right, let's go. I'm here for you."
Do we know how that ended up?
Yeah, he was freed. They freed him. They calmed the orangutan down, and it didn't look like the orangutan wanted to hurt him. The orangutan actually did want,
wanted to hang out.
A little business.
No, it did not.
If you're in a cage like that and somebody gets that close, hello.
No.
You're grabbing on.
No.
No. I mean,
no.
Come on now.
Orangutan.
Come on now.
Yeah, right.
That's not what he was looking for.
Absolutely.
No. He just wanted to hang out.
That's evolution.
That's all. Jeez. Okay.
I mean, we all have DNA, right, from the Neanderthals and the humans.
Yeah.
So at some point, at some point, there was a human going, ooh.
Oh, no.
Look at that forehead.
Come
there?
On. Okay.
Oh, no.
Going after the Neanderthals. You know what was happening. That's what was going on there, too.
No, that's not what was going on there.
I love this, man. No, this is good. I didn't know you were a biologist.
Well.
Well.
You wear a lot of hats over there. You know it?
Powerful answer.
Thank you. Well.
Let me tell you about Omega XL. We have 360 joints in our bodies from our neck down to our feet, and that's a lot of areas that can start developing pain in there. Some inflammation maybe, and then the inflammation leads to pain. That's where Omega XL comes in, because when we're young, our bodies produce all kinds of SPMs that keep our joints and our muscles rejuvenated. And as we age, we don't produce enough of the SPMs. Now, Omega XL can restore those and then rejuvenate your joints again and make them feel like when you were young. So go to omegaxl.com/Pat right now. Go to omegaxl.com/Pat. When you buy your first bottle, they're going to throw in a second one for free. omegaxl.com/Pat or 800-844-4888.
Community with notable exceptions. The Latino community is an incredibly diverse community.
Right.
With incredibly different attitudes about different things.
Unlike the black community, all think alike. Man.
Pull back.
We got the first
clean, sort of mainstream
African American. Who is articulate and bright.
Yeah. Right?
And clean. Nice looking guy.
Takes a shower.
That's a storybook, man.
That's right out of Hans Christian Andersen, man. Yeah, that just doesn't happen. Where you have an African American who showers,
yeah,
and can speak, and is bright.
What a racist!
I can't take it. I don't know how he survived any of this stuff, but
I know.
Here we are. And then all the focus now, of course, on January 6th, with the day democracy almost died.
Do we have more hearings coming, right? There's
there's more.
Multiple hearings, plus then the last hearing is going to be broadcast live again on prime time.
So it's going to be at 10 a.m. Eastern for the next over the next couple of weeks. And then they're going to bookend last night's primetime special with a closing primetime special.
Oh, that'll be great.
That'll be sensational.
Because they'll all have to get their final statements in, and it'll be just god-awful boring.
You know, the rule of thumb is you kind of lead with really strong things, maybe your strongest stuff you lead
and if
with.
that was it?
And, then they got nothing. They got nothing. And they have 14,000 hours of video. Let's see it. Mm-hmm. Release it. Show us how bad this thing was. Show me. Because I don't get where democracy almost died. I don't get it. And there was, were they stupid? Some of them,
Absolutely.
Many of them, yes.
Absolutely.
And they shouldn't have been doing it. And they shouldn't
way.
have gone inside. And they shouldn't have broken windows, certainly.
And one lost her life.
Yeah.
Because of it.
Right. The only one, by the way, who was killed in this thing was one of the Trump supporters.
We saw the footage of the police officer lying in state.
Yeah. And he was not killed by that mob, but they sure try to make it like he was. They still talk about it as if 2 police officers were killed. One had 2 strokes. The other committed suicide. So, I don't see how the mob killed him.
They may have been called names.
Well, that's true. Because you mentioned that one of them was.
Yeah.
The woman
last
night.
Nancy Pelosi's dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, how do you
You
get
can't
over
recover
that?
from that. You can't. There's no recovery
Cannot recover
from being called Nancy Pelosi's dog.
Or any names, actually. People don't deserve to be called names.
That's true.
You believe that, don't you, Pat?
I do. I really do. I really do, Jeffy.
I'm sure you do.
You know what they say, and the old adage is true. Sticks and stones can break my bones, but names certainly will. Remember that old adage?
Hang on a second. Hold on.
Yeah.
Jeff, we got breaking news here on the screen from Rob down the hall. Jeffy's pronouns are apparently they, them, ape, and it. Did you?
They, them, ape, it.
Did you file that with the name?
I did not.
The pronoun office, the federal
I'm
pronoun?
okay with it, I think.
I
think I'm okay.
That's good.
What was the ABC News thing that you sent
that's
in?
where he's getting it from. I want my pronouns because I was thinking, I think I want my pronouns on the screen now.
Yeah.
So last night I was, scrolling through the internet and Twitter, and I see where Glenn's producer Ricky had tweeted the first time she'd ever seen preferred pronouns.
Gio
in the
Benitez.
lower third of the national network news. So ABC Network News has their transportation correspondent Gio Benitez with he, him.
Okay.
And I don't believe I've ever seen that before either.
I've never. Why would the viewers at home need to know your freaking pronouns?
Yeah, I'm not going to talk to you.
We don't.
Yeah, Gio, I'm not
I don't care who you
communicating
sleep with.
you.
I don't care who you sleep with.
I don't care.
I don't care about your pronouns.
I don't care.
Yep.
He, him. Just in case you were curious about my pronouns. Just to show you that I'm caving into this whole woke thing.
I'm hip. He, him.
Yeah. Just to show you that I'm on board with progressive nonsense. My pronouns are he, him.
So wait a minute. Hold on.
All right.
Okay. This guy is got his pronouns out there for everybody to see, and they're just normal. He, him. That's a little anticlimactic, Gio.
Yeah, it is.
Why even bother with that, bro?
Because people would assume it's he, him. So if it's something other than that, then you maybe specify.
Right, there's the problem.
Oh, and by the way,
assumptions.
My pronouns are they, them, it. And us.
Okay, so what?
They, them, it, and us?
Right.
Are your pronouns? Okay. All right.
So when someone's pronouns are different than he, him, or she, her, right? Then you know that they're mental. Okay?
Okay.
When you're a Geo like this and they're just he, him, standard fare, then you know that he's just an enabler. So that's how you can tell who's who in this society now.
Ta-da!
It's a magic trick.
So thank you, Gio. We get it.
And Jeffy, what are we calling you now? The ape it? Is that what we're going with?
I don't. What was it? They, them, ape, it.
Now, how do I know when to use that, though?
You're okay with that?
I think.
All right.
Chewing the fat with ape. I like it.
Or chewing the fat with it.
Yeah, now there we go.
I like
That's
that
better.
too.
Yeah,
I like that.
It's a little catchier.
It's not bad at all.
Welcome. They are happy you're here.
Here it is with chewing the fat. So I like it. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
By the way, there's another Dallas area drag show for kids.
Oh, thank goodness if you missed the other one.
When is it?
It is coming out
Sunday, right? The 12th?
Sunday. It's Sunday in Arlington.
Nice.
So that'll be great.
It will get over there.
Oh, it's a Disney drag brunch.
Oh, I'm sure.
Do I need reservations? Do I need to reserve the seating?
Oh, I'm sure because that's going to be
Fat guy
jam-packed.
seating, yeah.
Get over there.
Well, there's two shows.
DJ Al
You get the 12 to 2 and the 2:30 to 4:30.
Okay.
Now, I was about to say, I'm sure Disney just loves having their name.
Yeah, no kidding.
Actually, they probably do.
Absolutely.
They probably are totally fine with
Absolutely.
being associated with this, with the mouse
100%.
ears and the Disney name and the castle.
Well, they wouldn't dare sue anybody who is trans or likes to get into drag or.
And that's here in Arlington, Metro Dallas, in case anybody wants to.
Plus,
Go
if
stand out
Disney
front.
isn't behind this, right, by the time
No.
they get the cease and desist.
Yeah.
It's over. Right. That's exactly right.
I'm sure they're. Oh, I'm sure the Disney legal team is
Brother.
is
No, they're pretty
pursuing.
strong about that stuff. If they're not actually giving their special dispensation.
Yeah, I think if it was a hetero white person, they'd go after him.
There we go.
But no. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up. Great to have you with us. Sad to report, Colorado will lose half of its snow by 2080 and look more like Arizona, according to
just come out of the box with that
scientists.
Just a hello, and then hey,
dang it! I was planning a ski trip to Aspen in 2079.
Oh, you're fine.
And now,
no, you're fine. You just said
this is not till 2080.
Yeah,
okay.
Don't sweat it, man. You got snow.
Good. On my 119th birthday, I was going to go skiing at Aspen, and now, well, I don't know. Maybe it's okay. Maybe it's still on.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
But the problem is parts of Colorado, Wyoming, and Utah are drying out due to, of course, say it with me, climate change and climate-driven changes in stream flows. And so these states will shift to become more like the most arid states of the Southwest.
Okay.
Get that. The lead author of the study said Colorado will experience a 50 to 60% reduction in snow by 2080.
That stinks, man. That really stinks.
Maybe it'll turn around. I mean, in the words of President Biden, climate change, we actually made some real moves.
Well, 1 in 7.
I mean, we have,
right?
1 in 7 of all changes that have taken place in terms of solar, wind, and wind pumps. I mean, pumps and
Hold on.
Okay,
have
and
occurred in the last 18 months. We've moved.
Hold on.
So you think you're good?
So wait, this story that's predicting desert conditions for Colorado, it says it's going to just get warmer?
Mm-hmm.
So wouldn't that be...
Well, it's going to be less snow.
So wait, if it's just warmer, then that's rain, not snow. It's still moisture, still precipitation.
It's going to dry out, he says.
Oh, okay.
Let's keep in mind they've never been right, and not once.
And they've wisened up. They're making these predictions further and further out because they realize, crap, we didn't go far out enough. They've busted us on so many.
I will say that right now, the Great Salt Lake in Utah is drying up. Do we have the side-by-side,
and there's
Rob?
That's not the only lake that's drying up, I'll tell you that.
Look at that. Okay, so
that
on
like
the left...
Jeffy's imprint.
It does. But on the left is the Great Salt Lake as it was, I don't know, years ago. On the right
that's not good.
Is today.
Right.
So it's dried up completely in some areas. And here's the thing on that.
Mm-hmm.
It's cyclical.
Yeah.
Sometimes it dries up. Sometimes it floods. When I first moved to Utah, it flooded. It flooded like crazy.
That's because of that. That's when you first moved to Utah.
Yes. You fell into it, and it just spilled over its banks. When I first got to Utah, I worked at KISN, Kissin 97. And our studio was in North Salt Lake. And so we were, I don't know, a few miles from the Great Salt Lake. But it was so full. It had flooded so much. We had a transmitter that was in the back of the studio, maybe half a mile from the studio to the transmitter. And our engineer had to take a boat to the transmitter. That's how flooded it was. So it goes in cycles. Sometimes it's going to be dry. Sometimes it's going to be flooded.
I will say, though, Lake Mead out there in Nevada.
Lake Mead's
is almost
drying
Deadpool.
up, too.
I mean, that's
almost Deadpool.
Same general area. I mean, Western U.S. is going through a drought right now.
Bad drought.
What year was that row your boat
early
out to
80s.
the transmitter? Okay. So that was before the combustible engine, right? So that's what happened.
Yes.
They came around like 84.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
And so it's been downhill since then.
Yes, right, right. So maybe that had something to do with it, the combustible engine. Of course. I'm sure.
And this was after the missing baby, what's-her-face, too.
It was after that, yeah. Baby Holly.
Holly, yeah, that's
Come
right.
on, who's no longer a baby.
Yeah.
Just misleading story after. Was it tagged on Twitter when it came out as misleading information?
Fact check. Fact check.
Holly's not a baby anymore, okay? She's 42 years old. Stop calling her Baby Holly.
Baby Holly.
Yeah, Baby Holly, you're right. Should not have been trending last night.
Uh-huh.
It should have been that woman named Holly. Has been found.
That's exactly right.
But
So
they needed to get the clicks on the evening news. So
they say California has a
you overstand it.
Has a 1,200-year drought going on right now. 1,200-year drought. Yeah, it is bad. And they showed some photos of farmers and their land just drying up and cracking and pulling apart because it's so dry.
Yeah, I hate those pictures.
Yeah.
It's gross.
It is. It's sad.
And it has nothing to do with the policy of the California lawmakers to divert water and hold
exactly.
that stuff. You got to save those special
big
fish,
part of it.
right? And the bees that are fish, you got to save those.
I know, but there's still, I mean, there are policies that have definitely aided and abetted this shortage, but it's getting, I mean, they should have already acted on some of the things that they're doing now where they're saying, well, we'll make sure we're still going to start that in a month or so. How about you just start it now?
Yeah.
How about you just start enacting that now?
Their forestry policies, their water policies have gotten them into this mess.
Yeah.
I mean, they'd be in a mess too, even if they had done the right things. But it would be so much better for them right now. It'd be manageable. Yeah. And it's not. I mean, there are cities in California that are almost completely out of water now.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they're going to do.
And if the lakes in Nevada and Colorado go Deadpool, those cities, there's plenty of cities that are just going to be gone because you're not going to be able to live there. I mean, there will be no water. You'll be back to putting buckets of water on your head and walking back and forth to the lake.
If the lake's even there,
well, I mean,
and it's not a dry
dead
bed.
pool, yeah, but I mean,
right.
Dead pool for the dams. There's still water there. You just can't pump it out.
But I mean, it rains here almost too much for my money. We get just drenching downpours here. We just had one the other day. I wish we could just divert that to California, Utah, Nevada, a couple of places like that.
I'm
give
okay
them
with
a little
Utah,
bit of rain.
Nevada.
No, none for California. Also, this is an amazing story. This female squatter who moved into a couple's home. Did you read about this? You see this in the paper today?
That sounds crazy, Jay. Tell me about it, man.
Chicago woman is furious after an alleged squatter with a fraudulent lease moved into her newly renovated home. And police told her there's nothing they can do about it.
Ugh.
I don't understand it. We hear that all
either.
the time
I
when
don't
squatters move in. What do you mean there's nothing you can do about it? Go in there and drag her out by her hair. What are you talking about? Homeowner Daniel Cruz said that she and her husband bought the Chatham, Illinois home with the intention of fixing it up and selling it. Okay, but then they fixed it up, and before they had a chance to move in or to sell it, the stranger moved in.
Nice.
And had a fake lease.
I'm a fan of this lady.
Now, the cops say, well, we can't prove that she's...
Yeah, prove it.
Well, I've got the deed. Why can't I show you that? And then that shows you that hers is illegitimate.
Go get a judge and let the judge tell you that we have to get rid of it.
Yeah, it's so bizarre. Between this and civil asset forfeiture, I mean, things are just upside down here. So people who haven't bought the house can move right on in and just live there. And she has been for months. And how pissed would you be if that was your house?
Oh, I'd be angry.
Oh,
right?
my gosh.
You'd be furious. The thing is that I love the way this sounds. And I always, because, I love the idea of, I'll just move in and live there for free. I love that idea. But
Yeah.
I despise moving so much.
Yeah, me too.
That I'm not going to continue to do it. Because that means you got to be in and out. You can move in.
You got to move a lot of times.
You got to fight. You fight. And then pretty soon, at about 6 months, maybe a year, you got to move.
You got to have some giblets to be able to do that, too. Yeah, I'm going to move into this house and just claim it.
Yeah, it's just mine. I thought that
What?
I thought that belonged to Mary. Nope. Mine.
Nope. Well, this couple said they bought it and just renovated it.
Did they?
Nope. That's
Nope.
mine. That's mine.
Tell it to the judge.
And that's what they're doing.
I thought that belonged to the so-and-so family because she just died. Oh, really? That's a shame.
Now they're
It's mine
saying
now.
there's one thing they could do that wouldn't take, because they're told if this goes through the court process, it's going to be at least 6 months and maybe up to 18 months. So a year and a half before I can get my house back and sell it? No. I mean, it could be destroyed by then, by
Yeah.
this squatter. Could be completely destroyed.
Well, I mean, probably not, though, right? I mean, probably the squatter just needs a place to live.
Yeah, probably treat it really, really well.
Send him to Jeffy's house.
Yeah.
Jeffy's like, oh, sure.
Squatters are always really careful about what they do to the homes they squat in, aren't they? They're really careful.
Can we change that name too?
I know, it sounds
We're
nasty.
squatting in the house?
But if it takes 6 to 18 months, you don't want to go through that process. And then the other thing they can do is go to her, the squatter, and bribe her.
Right.
We'll give you, $1,000 if you move out. And you don't want to do that either.
$1,000? What are you talking about? $1,000?
$5,000 if you move out.
No, I tell you what. You give me $10,000 and you come and back the moving trucks up and move my stuff.
Well, you could do that. I mean, you could negotiate with her to try to get her out of there, and it would probably save you money in the long run.
Yeah.
But it's the principle of the thing that I couldn't get past. I think I'm not paying you to get out of my own house.
Oh, is that a sledgehammer I have in my hand? I wonder what I'm going to do with that.
Yeah, agonizing.
It just went up another 2,000, 20,000.
Wait, from 10
to 20. I just
going
went
up 2,000.
Yeah, I decided that I'm going to go to 20,000.
You see this?
It's going to be 12,000.
I got a whole line of squatters waiting out front here to see this place.
I know. It's amazing. It's amazing that it can happen, and I wish that I had the guts to do it. Because you could live in some nice houses for free.
You could.
Just move in.
Just
move in.
And probably at least a year. You're going to get at least a year out of it. So I mean, that's not bad.
For a month, the first month, people are going to be bugging you. They're going to be knocking on the door and banging you. You're going to have cops show up. It's going to be kind of agonizing. After that, though.
Yeah, get some earplugs.
Yeah, after that, though, you're okay.
After that, you're home free. I would think if I was the owner, I would wait till she leaves the house and I'd go in and reoccupy it and not let her back in. Change all the locks. Now get us out of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Throw all of her stuff out on the front lawn.
That's what you need to do.
Deal with that, hon.
I wouldn't even throw her stuff out. You just get in there and reoccupy it.
Yep.
Lock it up.
Yep.
And it's ours now. And I've got the paperwork right here. You proved me wrong now.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's bizarre. All right. If you'd rather go a different way and actually sell your home before somebody squats in it, you need a good realtor to help you do that. Our realtor has helped us decide that we had to repaint the whole house. So the painters are on the way Monday, and we get to move out of our house for 10 days.
There's a headline for you, Pat.
You can't paint your house. I realize this is a spot. This is a commercial for real estate agents.
Right.
And it's now becoming tougher.
Is there no go ahead and paint, I don't know, 8 to 4? And I'll come back at 4:30, and you guys get out of there.
They use the sprayers on these, and so the paint's in the air, and it's not good for you. Yeah, it's not good for you.
No.
So you move out.
I wonder if squatters.
They come in and they paint in gas masks, essentially. So yeah.
How about they get it done a little bit faster?
I know. I'd like that. I'd like that, but they don't. So anyway, you need a realtor who can help you decide if it's worth doing that, or you should just leave it alone and sell it as is. Yeah. All these things, your realtor from Real Estate Agents I Trust will help you through. They'll see it through the whole process. Whether you're buying or selling or you're doing both, Real Estate Agents I Trust. The name says it all. RealestateAgentsITrust.com.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
So are you backing up like an RV to the driveway, and you're staying at the house and just making sure everything is okay?
I'm right here. I'm going to live here.
What if the painters
you might as well.
It's
not like it hasn't been done before.
Like you could set up a paint company.
Yeah,
and end
really
up saying, "Psych, I'm squatting."
Psych, we got your house now. See ya.
No, it's just not good.
Awesome.
The fumes are just so bad. You're gonna have to stay away for another 3-4 months.
But here's this fun story.
Yeah, sorry.
The U.S. housing market is at the beginning stages of the most significant contraction in activity since 2006.
Here we go. Buckle up, y'all.
I've done it again. I've managed to miss the entire gravy train. That's great. But I did watch it go by. Saw it. Kept thinking, should we sell now? Nah, I don't. Nah, I'm going to stay here. So we're going to just live here forever.
I hope you Hope you like that house.
Well, that's what our realtor told us.
Look, there's going to be a fresh coat of paint on it. It's going to be fine.
Right. Yeah. I was looking forward to you moving because I was actually going to follow you. And that way I would know where your new house is.
Well, we might wind up with a house that
with a road.
has a road
right, yeah.
to your house.
That's what I was hoping for. So I'm
know.
more pissed about this market collapse than you are.
So we'll see. We'll have to see because right now I don't know. I don't even know if we'll be able to sell it because our realtor tells us people are starting to freak out. I mean, as you would if you're planning on making an investment like that and you see all the signs of what's going on right now, you'd be a little...
Like what?
We saw the credit...
see all the signs. Like what?
We saw the credit card debt that just is just rapidly piling up for Americans. We saw mortgages at a 22-year activity is at a 22. Yeah, no one's buying because they don't know what the future is going to be in a Marxist society.
Yeah, we've got inflation sky high. We've got gas prices out of control. You would be a little nervous, right? And they're talking food shortages by the end of the year.
So
what country is this again you're talking about? Sounds really bad.
Zimbabwe.
I'm
talking Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
Greedy
Then why
corporations.
Yeah, greedy corporations.
Taxed.
That's what it is.
Price
zero tax.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I mean, Biden tried to sell that again on Kimmel the other night too. With it's 49 companies that pay $0 billion companies pay zero tax. Okay, do they, Joe? Do they not pay any tax at all?
Yeah, I'd love to see the actual stats on that because I can't imagine it that they pay no taxes.
On top of which they're trying to say they're going to go after corporations for price gouging on shipping costs now. Gas prices are through the roof. Prices, I don't know if he doesn't understand how that works, but costing more to deliver goods means that the goods cost more.
Wait, what?
I know.
You're not just eating that cost as a really nice person who owns a business?
There's only so much you can eat, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's
is that right?
That's not really true for everyone. For everyone, that's not true.
Well, everybody needs to save room for cookies, So
really?
However much you can eat, stop a little sooner than you otherwise would have and get some Kexi cookies in your diet. Because we've got a 10% sale going on for Father's Day right now. And you might want to pick up some really delicious cookies. 10% off at Kexi.com.
I've told you, Kexi and a beer. What a meal. I'm serious.
It would fill you up.
It is very filling.
Yeah, I guarantee it. Also, we've got something that illustrates here the relationship between Joe Biden.
Oh, I just thought this was fun. Yeah.
And the online fact checkers.
Yeah. We get the basketball.
This is the representation of that relationship right here. Biden administration shoots.
Oh!
Decide they scored, but they didn't.
Yeah.
Well,
and the fact checkers are all over it.
No, I made it. The fact checker guy, he totally saw that she missed it.
Yes. Yes. And that's exactly what happened.
But he's just like, oh, yeah, you made it. Here we go. Here we go.
Oh!
He's still
watching.
Great job. You want to come?
I like this meme that's going around with the fact checkers and the social media cabal. Censorship is the tool used when the lie loses its power.
Huh. Yeah, that's good.
You like that?
That's good. Yeah.
Jeffy, you like that one?
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you.
Okay. Censorship is the tool used
when the lie loses its power. Yes, I heard you the first time.
Seem like you liked it much.
No, it was great.
I was a little concerned. You doing okay over there? You're trying. He's plotting his next house he's going to squat in. That's what he's doing.
I want to do that so bad.
Do you?
I want to do that so bad.
Yeah.
There's some nice houses I pass by every day.
You that are empty?
I'd be happy to. Well, they will be at some point.
Yeah. That's right.
You could just pick a nice house, and when it's empty, I'm in.
There is a mansion right next to a baseball field over here in Southlake, and it was empty for the longest time. And I read up on it's not worth it. But yeah, I mean, I considered it. I looked at it, I was like,
could live there for a while.
That thing is listed at like $4 million. That's a nice house. Oh, I should have called you. Sorry.
Should have squatted
because it's sold.
So, you guys believe that Elon Musk is going to go through with the Twitter deal? I'm really starting to wonder. Although, Twitter has decided now they're going to give him the internal data on spam.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. He appeared to score a victory in his impasse with Twitter over repeated requests for its internal data. The social media giant has agreed now to hand over a fire hose of data comprising more than 500 million tweets posted each day.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Who'd want to go through that data? No, thank you. You know what? I'm not going to do the sale. Never mind.
I feel like that was the plan to begin with, was just to shake it up and then move on. And now we are deep in it. And once you're in it, you're in it.
You're in it.
You can quote me on that.
Can I?
Yeah.
Wow.
You.
That's a powerful
I know.
quote.
I know.
Let me see if I have it right.
I mean, it's not
once
when
you're
the
in
lie
it,
loses its power.
You're in it.
Once you're in it.
Huh.
You're in it. But I just feel like now, I don't know. This last time when you couldn't get the data, I felt like, aha, that's the one that's going to get him through the wire where he doesn't have to buy.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I thought, okay, it's over. He's not going to buy.
They still have to vote. They still has to get the shareholder vote, right? So that still has to take place. That might not happen.
No, I think the shareholders already voted, didn't they?
I don't think they voted for the official sale.
The board voted.
The board may have, but the shareholders didn't.
Okay.
So I mean,
we'll see.
I know.
We'll see.
It's. I don't know. I'm torn whether whether I think he actually means it or he doesn't. He claims he does. So
we've seen online the Twitter building is empty. Why doesn't he just go in there and squat? He could save his money and still own it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, right? Huh? You like that one,
Yeah,
Jeffy?
I do like that.
Just take control of a $42 billion company. Just walk in and take it.
That's where you're going.
Because then but he doesn't really have the company. Then he's just got the building, right?
Still,
he gets what comes inside
the building,
like all the mainframe, the hard drive stuff.
Well, I got to pick a different house then.
Yeah, you also got to buy a ticket to California.
If I get the business that the people who actually own the house run, that's a good deal.
All right, we've got one more video I want to show you because it's agonizing. This is one of the problems that we've got going in this country right now with the left being fired up to the point of violence. They keep doing this. They keep lying about what's going on and making things worse. Here's Elizabeth Warren on the Supreme Court. What's happening there?
I'm very hopeful because I feel a real sense of Democrats united here. Yeah. You know, look at it this way. The Republicans, how do we get in this mess? And part of the answer is because the Republicans have fought for this for a long time. Yeah. They have had a long-term strategy to get one extremist after another onto the Supreme Court.
Oh my gosh.
And ultimately, of course, stealing a Supreme Court seat, rushing through another Supreme Court nominee.
What are you talking about?
Stealing. She accuses Republicans of stealing a Supreme Court seat. What are you talking about? Because they waited? Right? Because they waited to until Trump was in office.
Yeah.
I guess that is not stealing a Supreme Court seat. It was constitutionally done. It was lawfully done. And there was no stealing. But that's what she's telling people who don't understand the process.
Don't we have a primetime special of a committee hearing based on someone saying that an election was stolen?
Right.
Can we put her on trial for that?
I think
that's
we should.
That's instigation right there.
It's despicable what these people are doing. Have a great weekend. We'll be here for overtime.
Pat Gray, only on the Blaze Radio Network.